The world is trembling, quietly, subtly, beneath the surface of the news cycle. And most people, well, they're sipping their morning coffee, completely unaware. But if you've tuned into green ground, you know that silence is rarely empty. It's full of signals. And today, those signals are seismic. Let's begin where the tremors are most felt, the halls of global science and diplomacy. There's a certain poetic irony in watching the vast machinery of American foreign aid begin to grind to a halt, particularly in the realm of scientific collaboration. When the US decides to freeze its foreign aid, especially its support for research initiatives, it doesn't just dim the lights in a few remote labs. It sets off a cascade. Clinical trials paused, critical data lost in limbo, and thousands of researchers left staring at projects that may never reach a conclusion. And here's the kicker. In this vacuum, power doesn't simply vanish, it shifts. You know where it's going. Countries with ambitions and fewer moral scruples will happily take that open seat at the table. Then there's Norway. Picture a group of oceanographers and climate scientists suddenly being told to stop talking to their colleagues overseas. Yes, the same people who model hurricanes and monitor rising sea levels now face bureaucratic walls. It's like asking a sailor to navigate without the stars, utterly short-sighted. It seems someone believes that national security lies in isolation, not collaboration. And you have to ask yourself, when did knowledge become a threat? Now let's flip the lens to the tech world. If you've followed Sonos, and I have rather closely, you'll know it's always been a brand that sells not just speakers but harmony, sound as experience, atmosphere as lifestyle. And yet, the atmosphere inside the company, a little less harmonious these days. 200 layoffs, following 100 more just months ago. There's word swirling about a new set-top box, but until that materializes, this feels less like a crescendo and more like a fading echo. At the same time, Google made headlines again, not for innovation, but for retreat. The company decided to pull the plug on its DEI hiring goals. That's diversity, equity, inclusion, if you've lost track in the acronym soup of corporate ideals. It's a reversal that raises more than eyebrows. It raises questions. What does it mean when a company that once championed these values now turns its back? Is it a signal of changing priorities, pressure from investors, or simply the wind shifting in Silicon Valley? Let's lighten the mood just for a moment with some wallet-friendly tech temptation. The M2 MacBook Air, sleek, powerful, utterly seductive, has seen its price dip to $800. It's like someone took your dream machine and added a discount sticker. But you and I both know that nothing in Apple's world is ever just about price. It's about timing. Maybe a refresh is coming, or maybe it's simply a way to clear shelves before the next thunderous announcement. In any case, for those needing a little upgrade, now might be your cue. But we can't stay in retail therapy too long, because a darker tale is unspooling elsewhere. Ransomware, a word that once belonged to cyberpunk novels and paranoid IT teams, has become a household fear. But in a surprising twist, payments to these digital extortionists dropped in 2024. And not because hackers took a vacation. No, victims are fighting back, resisting, refusing to pay. It's a revolution of courage, perhaps helped by better backups and smarter policies. The power is shifting, finally, from attacker to defender. Yet not all shadows have receded. One person caught in the crosshairs of spyware has come forward questioning whether they were being tracked by their own government. And not with some off-the-shelf snoopware. This is elite stuff. The kind of spyware you don't just find in the wild. Developed by a firm known for supplying governments, This revelation opens up a can of worms about surveillance, sovereignty, and the delicate line between protection and intrusion. And then there's Amazon. The tech titan that never sleeps is planning a device showcase on February 26th. Rumors swirl. Smart home updates, AI enhancements, maybe even something we haven't seen coming. What's clear is this. With Panos Panay at the helm, Amazon's vision isn't just about selling products. It's about selling the future, one device at a time. So what do we have here, dear listeners and viewers? A moment of great recalibration. Aid is becoming a battlefield. Science, once a sanctuary, now walks on political tightropes. Tech, ever the mirror of our values, is reflecting something a bit more complicated, a bit more human. And it all comes down to choice. The choice to engage, to question, to prepare, even when the ground beneath you begins to shift. Because that's the truth, isn't it? We're all living on fault lines, political, technological, ethical. Some are small, others, ready to crack wide open. Stay sharp, stay curious. And if this monologue stirred something in you, an idea, a question, a chill down the spine, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Let's make this conversation louder, deeper, and most of all, smarter. You'll find more information in the description below, and if you're craving more context or clarity, just ask in the comments. I'll be listening. This is Alvin, signing off, but always watching the horizon.